starting lineups for today's contest. First for the visiting Mariners, a senior goalkeeper, number 3, Ella Bose. A junior attack, number 4, Lillian Diversey. A senior midfielder, number 6, Rebecca Karen. A senior midfielder, number 8, Bree Kerr. A sophomore midfielder, number 9, Hadley Stoddard. A junior defender, number 11, Abby Wong. A freshman midfielder, number 13, Lauren Robinson. A junior attack, number 16, Bella Scolaro. A sophomore attack, number 20, Isabella De Silva. A sophomore defender, number 21, Margaret Sledge. A sophomore midfielder, number 23, Caitlin Lamb. And a freshman defender, number 24, Hayden Meffert. The Mariners are under the direction of head coach David Keenan. And now let's meet the starters for the home Eagles of Husson University. A senior from Farmingdale, Maine, number 1, Avery Baker. A senior from Winslow, Maine, number 2, Madison Lauer. A sophomore from Bangor, Maine, number 6, Adela Mabey. A senior from Baltimore, Maryland, number 10, Layla Martinez. A sophomore from Shelburne, Vermont, number 11, Kate Bemke. A senior from Waldron, Vermont, number 12, Gracie Gardner. A sophomore from Windsor, Maine, number 16, Reese Sullivan. A freshman from Bangor, Maine, number 17, Lauren Small. A sophomore from Windsor, Maine, number 18, Kaylee Crocker. A junior from Gorham, Maine, number 19, Riley Maynard. A junior from Corinna, Maine, number 24, Jory Boyd. And in goal, a freshman from Harpswell, Maine, number 29, Salem Backer. The Eagles are coached by Amanda DeHaze and assisted by Caitlin Doloff and Brian Daigle. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise and honor America for the playing of our national anthem.
We welcome you into a gloomy championship Saturday here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Women's lacrosse action between two of the biggest rivals in the North Atlantic Conference. The Maine Maritime Mariners traveling to Bangor, Maine to play on Boucher Field against the Husson University Eagles. Husson getting the home field advantage for being the 1 seed, and they love every second of it. Here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network, Caden Trenowith alongside a familiar voice that we have not heard in a while, Max Sturm. Max, these are two teams. I mean, what else can you say other than this is one of the most competitive games we've seen here in a long time. Two competitive teams, 1 goal difference in both the games they played this season, and it is going to be tough sledging if you're going to want to host the Cup.
Yeah, obviously, it's a fantastic game. First of all, I just want to say it's an absolute honor to be back here in the studio, so thanks to Husson for making that happen for this championship game. Caden, it kind of just seems like the game of destiny, right? These two teams go at it in this same game last year. Husson comes out on top, and then they go back to war again earlier in March. It's a 1-goal game that MMA comes away with the win here at Boucher Field at Husson, and then Husson goes and gets their revenge with a 1-goal win of their own later on, a couple weeks later, down on their home turf. So it became a tiebreaker because they both only had 1 conference loss to each other all year. Husson gets that tiebreaker, and here we are. Championship Saturday. Cannot wait. This is going to be a great game.
Bemke and Robinson in the circle.
And you hear those sidelines already getting so hyped up for this game. They know what's on the line. Husson with a chance to go back-to-back, and the Mariners looking for some revenge here tonight.
One thing you can say is these two sidelines are definitely loose. It doesn't feel like a championship. It feels like a regular season game the way they're just so excited to get underway.
Oh, they've both been here before, and they both know each other very well at this point. I got to talk to the Eagles earlier on this week doing a story for Channel 7 here in Bangor, talking about kind of how they've been going about preparing for this game. And that was one thing that they said. They have to remain loose and composed in order to come away with back-to-back championships.
The first draw control goes to the Eagles. 3 defenders immediately on Bemke. Bemke, just in a sophomore year, having one of the best years an Eagle has ever had. As now the Eagles get set up on offense. Bemke, a total of 56 points, 39 goals. And here she goes, cutting towards the middle. Delayed penalty is called, and we should get a free position attempt here for Kate Bemke.
And Bemke, like you said, just has had an incredible start to her career, but also her sophomore season has been incredible. Kind of taking this role for Avery Baker.
Shot goes awry, blocked in front, but Avery Baker puts it in and opens the scoring for the Eagles at exactly 50 seconds into the game.
And Baker, wow, what a rebound off the shot right there. Able to put it back into the back of the net. Goalie really didn't have enough time to react to that one. And Caden, it kind of just makes sense that the all-time goal scorer gets it started in what could potentially be her last game as an Eagle.
Nobody has done it better than number 1 in the record books. Adding to it, that is goal number 38 on the year for her.
To go back to what you were saying about Bemke, I wanted to finish my thought there, but we had the goal. Obviously, Baker is the all-time leading scorer here, and she's kind of been, in a sense, the face of the program for the last few years. But Bemke has stepped up this year, and it's almost like a passing of the torch. As Avery Baker goes on to graduate this year, Bemke's kind of taken over that top spot, and there's a lot of other great talent around this team as well, but she's going to be the head of it.
Good movement as the ball goes behind the net. Lauer had an opportunity in front of the net, but Bemke gets it right back.
See efficient passes here.
Gardner takes it out, allowing the Eagles to reset. Martinez at the top.
You got to look out for Martinez. We know from both basketball and lacrosse just how quick she is. She can get a step on you in a second, cut towards that net, and make a play really quick.
Looks like foul was called, so the Eagles will reset with 45 on the shot clock.
So they're trying to decide right now whether that's inside or outside of the shooting circle.
It looks like they'll give her the free position attempt. The free position attempt for Avery Baker, the second one in just 2 minutes of action.
Great drive. Looks like she was contacted again. So it looks like it'll just be another reset. Give her a second chance at that one.
Now, this is something the Mariners cannot let happen. This is something that has kind of haunted them in the 2 earlier games, is just how many penalties that they have taken.
Oh, yeah, and especially in this matchup. I'll get to it in a little bit after this shot here, but they have been haunted by those penalties in these 2 matchups so far. You take a look at it in that first game, both teams really were haunted by those penalties. 9 by MMA, 8 by Husson, and in Husson's loss, they had 2 critical non-releasables at the end of the game with less than 5 minutes left. Kind of allowed the Mariners to crawl back into it. That second game, it was 7 penalties for MMA. They only gave up 1 goal when Husson was up, but still, you cannot afford to have those penalties in a championship game.
No option in front of the net, but picked up by Lauer. Gardner's driving, but her stick slashed in front.
Look at the Eagles just controlling the time of possession right now. For the most part, except for right there, might have jinxed it, really controlled passes, and that was something that the Eagles stressed when I talked to them earlier this week, is every possession matters. We saw the scores of those first 2 games this year, decided by a matter of a goal. They have to make the most of every possession, and they can't just turn the ball away.
Not a single stat has been recorded in these first 2 minutes for Maine Maritime. Everything coming up Eagles so far. And here's another turnover. The Eagles will get back possession in a dangerous area.
Pass it out wide and kind of just make something happen. Here's a turnover. There you go.
Lauer misplayed the cradle. MMA on the attack.
That's Robinson making quick moves down, and here's a good pass up front.
Could get the Eagles out of position. Karen slows it down.
Now the Mariners will settle, and I think that when you have those opportunities to transition quickly, that's one of my keys for MMA actually, was to be quick and not allow the defense to get set. We know how quick they are. We know how well they set up once the Eagles are in the defensive zone. You got to take advantage of those fast breaks.
Now, something we saw the Eagles struggle with here is here's Stoddard trying to get something in front of the net, but it'll be Lawrence Small to pick it up.
And what a play from Gardner to step up and draw a little bit of contact there to force that ball onto the ground.
And a green card being assessed to Caitlin Land, the sophomore midfielder.
And like we talked about, those penalties, Caden, they're going to be the victim of one right here, and that will give the Eagles, I believe, 30 seconds.
So MMA down a midfielder.
And it'll be a minute. Now, the transition the other way is also extremely important for the Mariners defensively, not allowing the Eagles to get into the zone, especially how we've seen how they've been able to possess and hold the ball in the zone once they are there.
Here's Bemke taking some space, getting it out to the sideline.
Get a whistle here.
The clock will stop. I believe an offsides penalty being called.
And I believe it is, so is that going to bring them 2 down?
So 2 down go the Mariners. Karen now going to the box.
Now, if you're the Eagles, this is absolutely an opportunity you have to take advantage of. You want this game. We know how close it could be by the end of this. You get out to a big lead. That is a huge stretch of momentum and a huge point of emphasis for this Eagles squad. Get out in front early and don't give the Mariners a chance to keep themselves in it.
90-second shot clock reset as well.
Keep it hot, White. Keep it hot.
Baker behind the net looking for her options. Knocked down in front. Skirmish in front of the net, eventually picked up by the goalkeeper, Ella Bows.
Bows knocked that one down in the crease, kind of cut off that pass. Great defense on the woman down.
Yeah, Small, get there.
Big skirmish for it. Eventually picked up by Scalaro.
Yep, and now a ton of pressure coming, and that was all started by Avery Baker getting the hit on the goalie's stick when she walked out of the crease that allowed the defense to see where the ball was going and kind of corral around it.
We did not see this level of pressure when these two teams played here at Boucher. More of a passive defense.
Yeah, you think that's something that they figured they needed to do in this one? A lot on the line, obviously, given a championship game, but this is also a rivalry. You know what you have to do in these kinds of games.
Ball scooped up by Maynard. She's going to throw it up. Eagles looking for some offense.
Set it up top with your playmakers in Lauer and Baker, and then allow them to move down towards the net where they can have an opportunity to score.
Martinez backs out of a cut. Another delayed penalty called. And I believe Martinez will get a free position attempt out of this. She was in the circle.
Just so many opportunities early on for the Eagles, and MMA's defense held strong except for that one goal so far.
She gets it. 2-0 Eagles off free position attempts have been the difference maker so far. Layla Martinez adds to the lead.
And that's the speed that I talked about with Layla Martinez. Yes, it's already kind of an advantage to have the free position shot, but defenders can close. Not when you're going up against Layla Martinez. She is quick and will get to the net before anybody can even catch her.
And we saw that on Avery Baker's 2 free position attempts. The first one went awry because the Mariners defenders were able to crash on her so hard. The second one, she didn't even shoot it. She backed out. She took the step, faked it back, and allowed the offense to set up instead for that reason.
And again, I think that was just a that's a part of the game plan. Like, yes, those free position shots, you look at it and you see whether it's going to be a good scoring opportunity right about. The players out there are smart enough to be able to decrypt that and see whether it's going to be a good scoring chance for them. So rather than wasting the possession by having the ball go out of bounds or fall into the stick of a defender, they're going to go out and back out of that and kind of just set the ball back up, give the Eagles more time off the clock and another chance to score.
Another stat to look out for, the Eagles and Bemke are 3-0 from draw control so far. Mariners yet to win one from the circle.
And now a good thing to remember is that the Eagles in that first game did hold a early lead here at Boucher Field. They held a 4-2 lead in the first, and then MMA later on, they've been a very good second half team. They went on a 3-0 run to take the lead, and it was a similar story in that second game. Husson was up by a bit towards the end of the game, and the Mariners did pop off 4 straight goals, just not enough time to get the win.
So foul was called near the net there, but no free position attempt granted. Another one's going to be called, and it's going to be on, I believe, Baker for stepping inside the crease, so the Mariners will get the ball back.
And this is a huge possession for them. You know, it's early on in this game, but the momentum you can already see is one-sided so far, and a crucial turnover on the transition goes back the Eagles' way.
That's kind of been the game plan so far. The Eagles are taking away all of Bao's options, forcing her to go deep, and she hasn't connected on a deep ball yet.
Absolutely. The ride has been fantastic in the transition for the defense of the Eagles, and if you can take away that initial outlet in the game of lacrosse, it's very hard to bring it down the field. I mean, we've seen, one possession for the Mariners so far? Unreal defense.
A cut to the net. Lauer picks up the loose ball. Relentless defense by the Mariners, eventually scooped up by Sledge.
Here's that transition, and wow.
Eagles got to it fast, and they force a turnover.
Now, I'm not sure who that was. It might have been Lauer, but put the hands on the stick of the Mariners player coming up and forced her to switch to lefty, and that might have consequentially forced an errant pass.
Baker with it. Gives it to the senior duo and Martinez. Over to Gardner. Looking for her options. Just gives it back to Martinez. To Maybe. A transfer who's made a huge impact on this team. Here's Baker cutting towards the middle. Loses control of it.
That was good defense by Sledge to get in the way of Baker. Got to force outside opportunities.
Hadley Stoddard. So fast. We've seen this all soccer season.
Look at the track race right there with Layla Martinez, too.
Stoddard with a quick step around her, trying to get it in front. Just the second Mariners offensive possession we've seen.
This is big. They got to just force. They can't force anything. You have to maintain a possession. Again, you've got, at this point, 60 seconds on the clock.
Moving it around, a good interception right there by Crocker. Jump in the passing lane, getting it to Bemke. Now the Eagles are on the break.
Here's that transition.
They can't connect with Lauer.
Mariners fortunate not to have a fast break opportunity going the other way. Now can they get it back into the zone?
Meffert dumps it off to Kerr. Gardner's there with the defense, but Kerr sticks with it.
Smart by Scalaro to step outside towards the alley over there and just reset. Eagles not leaving a lot of lanes open for offense, Caden.
Certainly not, but here's Stoddard driving in. That shot goes wide. Stoddard with the cut. As Salem Backer sees her first action today.
Yeah, that was definitely a good opportunity for the Mariners. Definitely one you take advantage of. Just not able to hit the net on that one.
Scalaro working behind the net now.
Yeah, Croc.
Small was there with the deflection, but the Mariners grab hold of it. Ball loose on the ground. Stoddard gets around 2 Eagles, dumps it off. Delayed penalty incoming, a lot of contact.
And that should be the first free position attempt for the Mariners. an opportunity to bring this game back within one.
Come on, Salem. Come on, Salem. Be big. Be big. Press hard, guys. Press hard.
Lillian Diversey will take it. She charges to the net, immediately met. I believe she got it up under the post.
Yeah, she did. Wow.
The Mariners get one back from a free position attempt.
And what a play. I mean, the Eagles crashed the boards, and it just looked like she was able to I don't even know if that was entirely intentional. She just flicked the ball out, and it hit the top or the bottom of the crossbar there and went in.
Great defense met with better offense, and the Mariners get one back on Championship Saturday.
Yeah, and if you're the Mariners, that's exactly what you needed to get your sideline back into it. And even your fans who over there, you see a lot of blue over there on the other side here at Boucher Field. They travel well.
Eagles are 3-0 at the dot so far. Emke with the long reach, make it 4-0.
And she had to work for that one, had to outrun number 13, Lauren Robinson, to pick up that one. Now we'll see what the delayed call is.
It should be a green card on number 6.
And they might actually be calling it on Robinson. Wondering if that was her stick that got in the face of Bemke there.
Well, kind of a mixed bag right there. Bemke definitely caught a stick high, but she also caught a cross check late, so it was basically whatever the ref wanted to call there.
Exactly.
Penalty was getting called either way.
So this is the third chance now for the Eagles to be a woman up and see what they can produce offensively. Have been unsuccessful on the first 2 attempts. Here's a good feed.
Smart.
Sullivan with it. Fakes a cut, dumps it back outside. Maybe behind the net. Trying to find an opening for Baker. She does. Baker crashes, and what a save by Bows.
Man, that was a one-on-one, and Bows able to track that ball all the way through into the corner. Stick side save, but another failed outlet pass again is going to cause some issues for the Mariners in the corner.
That Sledge in deep with pressure on her.
See some pressure from Martinez.
Martinez gets around, bows, and puts it in. Look how hyped she is. Layla Martinez gets the lead back to 2.
And that starts with that failed outlet pass. It goes into the corner. You had Sledge pick it up, get it to the goaltender, Bows again. Martinez with just constant pressure, whether it's out in the midfield in the transition or right there directly on the goalie. She's able to pick that one up, and that might be the easiest goal she's ever scored.
Layla Martinez with her 25th of the year. It's always impressive, Layla Martinez going right from basketball to lacrosse. And then on top of that, I mean, statistically, lacrosse, she's one of the best players on this team, constantly overshadowed, though, by the fact that she's in the same class of Avery Baker, who is one of the best athletes of all time to come out of this program.
Yeah, we'll get back to the senior class at some point because, man, what an impact they have had not only this year but throughout the career or their entire careers. But, yeah, to play 2 sports and be ready and this good at this one after, you know, the physicality that does come with basketball and come into potentially and arguably a more physical sport and playing this well, it's so impressive.
Another cut in front. Baker couldn't find Bemke. Eagles regain the possession at the top.
Now, if you're the Eagles, you've got to keep the pressure on here. You know that you've had big leads early versus the Mariners earlier this season. They fought back both times. You got to keep your foot on the gas here.
Martinez looking for her hat trick, cutting in front, but ends up turning it over instead. Meffert trying to get it cleared. Kerr brings it up through.
You good, Small?
That's going to go out on Husson. So another chance in the zone for the Mariners.
technically a successful clear by the Mariners as Gracie Gardner, who just checked in, crashing hard from behind.
1 minute remaining in the opening quarter.
3-1 so far. Layla Martinez has 2, Avery Baker has 1, and Diversey getting the Mariners on the board from a free position attempt. And now here's Martinez with a great defensive effort. Set the record for career ground balls not too long ago.
They got 35 seconds to work with here. I say you just hold it and go for that final shot right at the horn. Make sure you find the best opportunity to get the ball in the back of the net.
Now in women's lacrosse, there was a rule change. They don't start the second and fourth quarters with a draw control now. They started with whoever had the possession and on what end of the side it's on.
Okay.
So we have seen Husson this year just hold on to this ball for as long as possible, as another green card is now being assessed to Lauren Robinson with 21 seconds, so that one will carry over. So the Eagles will definitely hold on to it now. This was a big rule change year for women's lacrosse.
Man, you leave for a year and they're changing up the rules.
There was a lot of rule changes this year. I know a lot of people are still getting used to that one. That was one of the more big game-changing ones.
Right, well, then you're right, absolutely, especially with the penalty now. You hold your possession as there's just 5 on the clock.
And that is what the Eagles will do. Quarter number 1 comes to the end. The Eagles with a 3-1 advantage. Martinez has 2 of them. Baker has 1. The Mariners kind of look like a shell of themselves compared to what we're used to seeing from them.
Yeah, and maybe it's just the championship game jitters. You cannot count this team out. I mean, the rest of this game, they are going to find ways to stay in it, but dominated on the time of possession by the Eagles so far in this one. Incredible by them.
We'll take a 2-minute break, and when we come back, quarter number 2 here on Championship Saturday. We welcome you back on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Caden Trenwith alongside Max Sturm. The Eagles with a 3-1 lead, and they will start out on the power play.
And that's just the opportunity that they have been looking for. And that rule change is still kind of getting me. Like, normally I'm just waiting for the face-off right here. But the Eagles up 3-1 already. 2 by Martinez early on in this game, and then Baker with the other goal for the Eagles. Again, the time of possession has just been lopsided. I think a total of 2 possessions for the Mariners in their own offensive end, and that has been the difference in this game so far.
Eagles working around the circle. Martinez with some pressure on her, gets it off to Bemke. 20 seconds remaining on the woman up advantage. Bemke with the screen for Martinez. She cuts in front.
That's going to be a free position shot for Martinez. Again, when you have her coming into the zone there, it's just so hard not to try and crash, but
Scored on one earlier. Robinson re-enters. Good stop by Bose.
and she opted not to take too many steps in on that one. And Bose makes a great low right leg save with the stick.
Seems to be like a new game plan for the Mariners as well. You saw Bose kind of drop that one off shallow instead. You saw it again right there instead of going deep.
Yeah, you've got time to get across the half mark there. Don't try and force anything.
A turnover by Da Silva on the misdirection. Now here's Gardner pushing it with some pace. She'll drop off, slow it down.
And Gardner was actually the one who pointed out to me just the Eagles in their first game with the Mariners just were so uncomposed. As soon as they went down, they felt like they lost themselves, and that was a huge wake-up call for them.
Bemke gets it in front, throws it on net. And Bose with another great save. She has been quite a difference maker for this Mariners squad this year. Has a save percentage just creeping near to 60%. Another crucial turnover, relentless defense by the Eagles, excuse me. Bemke crashes in, scores! Kate Bemke gets her first goal of the day, and now the Eagles are up 3.
And that was a beautiful top shelf shot. Not a whole lot of room inside, so instead what does Bemke do? Just shoots it from the outside up above that circle, the shooting circle, and is able to find the top of the net. Shot was so quick, I don't think many goalies could have stopped that one.
Avery Baker picking up the assist, and the Eagles up 4-1.
This is the exact start that the Eagles were looking for. Go up early and keep the pressure on. That is what they have done and been able to do so far in this game.
Eagles are 5-0 from the dot so far. Mariners yet to win a draw control. That's also been the difference maker. It feels like the Mariners have been on their back foot as soon as the ball's released.
Well, how do you earn possessions? You can earn them from forcing turnovers, or you can earn them right there at the face-off stripe, and that draw control has not been something that the Mariners have been able to really take advantage of yet in this game.
This is their first one picked up by the Mariners, but they've won it deeply in their own end, and now Stoddard will have to get them out with some speed.
That was the best transition for the Mariners yet, and now they'll slow it down.
You got it, Abe.
I think that's how they've started a lot of their possessions so far. Stoddard picking it up and just running it down into the offensive end.
You got to outpace a pretty fast team in the Eagles here, and no better way to do that than to put the ball in the stick of your fastest player.
Here's Robinson looking at her options. Brings it all the way behind the net. Scalaro.
Yes, Smalls! On the middle!
Eagles are clogging up the middle there, knowing that Scalaro is a threat inside.
A pass in front, and now goes awry, scooped up by Karen.
Stay with it, Rye. Drop back. Good job, Riley! Oh, come on.
Looks like a free position attempt coming. A foul called,
Let's go.
I believe, on Boyd.
Yes, that was on Boyd. Just a little bit too much contact as the catch was being made.
Come on, Salem.
Julia Wade will take it, the Wheaton transfer. Opportunity to get one back, and she does. Wade cuts the lead in half.
Great bouncer right there from Wade, able to just lay that one very low. Didn't even take a step other than the initial shooting step there. And like you said, back within 2, and that is Julia Wade's 27th goal on the year. She's been quite the bench player.
Didn't see a lot from her in the first half. I believe she checked in just for this draw control because,
well, when things aren't working, you can change something, right? And they win the draw, they go down, and they bring the score back within 2.
Bemke stands at 5'8", but her signature move on the draw controls is pretty much just getting the entire stick up in the air and grabbing it before it's able to hit the ground.
They're using some length there, and got to match that with some length, and you have that with Wade.
Avery Baker gets off the line quickly. She'll scoop this one up and get the Eagles in the offensive end.
They're applying the pressure. Going to have 3 on Baker there. Good crash.
Good job by Baker to get it out as well, and now the Eagles will be able to reset. Some miscommunication, but Bemke's there to scoop it up.
Wow, what a move by Bemke to get free.
A nice little spin move finds Baker, who's cutting in front. A big contact, and it looks to be a free position attempt for Avery Baker.
Yeah, it initially looked like, I believe that was Sledge got the stick on Avery Baker's stick, and that would have been a great defensive play, but the contact went through after the shot, and so thus a free position shot coming up for Baker.
We'll see what Baker does here. We saw 2 different styles. She'll take some contact and find the back of the net. A lot of energy from her there.
Yeah, just pushed into the goal pretty much, and still is able to get it to go. Looked like she might have wanted to go high with that shot, but ended up putting it low. Goaltender didn't see it. And just like that, great response from the Eagles to make it back to a 3-goal game.
All started from the draw control.
You're exactly right. Just continuing to get those possessions. And then also, another thing that we touched on, Caden, was the penalties or the fouls inside the crease there, and the amount of free position shots that the Eagles have been able to have already in this game. It's taken a toll on the Mariners.
Avery Baker adjusts, going more to closer to us. That's where the ball's gone twice now, but Bemke's going to be able to scoop it up. There'll be a holding, I believe, on the Mariners, and Hadley Stoddard will go off with a green card. So she'll be in the box for a minute.
And yet another chance for the Eagles here. Mariners are not putting themselves in a position that you want to be in early on in this game. Several penalties up to this point.
That's a big one, too. We've said it. I think we just said it. Stoddard has kind of been the reason for the offense. She's been able to scoop it up, cause turnovers, and then immediately get you down the field into your offense without a pass. She's been doing it by herself.
That's your transition. So do you kind of just hope that the Eagles remain in the zone and you play great defense and wait for her to get back out there? That's just going to be a common foul, I think. Loose ball push.
Mariners are calling for an offsides. They thought Maynard touched it before Bemke came over the line. Maybe behind the net. Martinez goes low. A hat trick for Martinez. Makes it 6-5 or 6-2 Eagles.
And I don't know if you saw what I saw. Did you see how wide open she was in the middle there? Nobody followed her until it was way too late. Martinez, all she had to do was spin around to free the stick, and she lays it low. Hat trick in the second quarter. Now, if you're the Mariners, do you start thinking about using a couple timeouts here just to get your team back together?
Keep it going.
I would like to think so. These have been quick goals, and the Eagles.
It's like for every response goal that the Mariners have, the Eagles are scoring 2 or 3 more. You've got to find some composure here if you're the Mariners.
Go, White. Come on, Kate.
The Eagles just seem to have a lot more energy stored up right now, where the Mariners seem to be playing a lot more on their toes. Avery Baker's going to pick up another draw control for the Eagles.
And Bemke, she's only got 1 goal in this one up to this point, but she's just as much to give credit to for this Eagles lead early on, the amount of possession she's been able to create off the draw control.
Wind starting to pick up here at Boucher Field.
Look at the way Husson's rotating, too, just moving everybody around.
That was Lauer crashing to the net. Bose stopping it just before it crossed the goal line off the misdirection.
Another outlet pass that, luckily for the Mariners ends up in the stick of Karen. She'll be able to cross, and there's going to be another possession for the Mariners here.
Here's Scolaro, the leading point scorer for this Mariners team. The Eagles have done good so far to slow her down. Crashing to the net. It looks like we'll get a free position attempt. A foul will be called.
That was a great play by Scolaro to get it to Diversey as she was cutting in front of the net. You had two things that could have happened there. Either she shoots or you get this free position shot.
Diversey's second attempt from the free position. She gets her second goal from it.
A little stop and go action right there. Let the defenders crash from behind, and that opened up space for her to step over to her right, and that's just a one-on-one at that point. And there's going to be a yellow card on the Eagles after that as well.
So the goal will stand, and then on top of that, Maynard will go to the box for 2 minutes with the yellow card.
And this could be a huge momentum shifter. If you're able to get that goal from Diversey there, who now has two of her own, and bring the ball back in and score another one, you suddenly got this back to a 2-goal game.
So the last time they played here, Scolaro, I believe, had 2 goals and 7 assists. She was the entire offense for the Mariners. And what just seems to happen right now is the Eagles are just clogging up the lanes on her. She was able to just get the ball from behind the net and immediately either go right to the net on her own or go around the outside and someone cuts inside for her and easily get the tap-in assist.
Yeah, and Scolaro, obviously that would have been a great assist if Diversey was able to score off that initial pass. But yeah, they are clogging the middle of the lane there, but also just locking off all of her options. Scolaro's had some room to run, but nowhere to go with it.
Looks to be another card shown here. This one's going to Martinez, so this will be a huge loss.
You're going to be up for 1:40 now.
So Martinez will exit first, but at least a minute down 2 for the Eagles.
And if you're the Mariners, this is a must. You have to score on this type of opportunity. You're going to have well over 2 minutes.
Scolaro with it, looking at her options. Cuts to the net herself. Now we'll dump it off.
What a save!
Backer somehow keeps it out. Mariners will keep the possession. Diversey spins out of it. Back to Stoddard.
30 seconds left on the 2-woman up.
Small hits the ground. Ball's on the turf. Crocker fighting for it. Immediately picked up by Diversey. Martinez down to 10 seconds until releasable.
I think you got to work quick here. If you're the Mariners, find a quick inside pass. Not a whole lot of movement by the Mariners right now offensively.
Here's Scolaro. Martinez exits. Flying right down inside the zone. Scolaro takes a shot, keeps it out of the net, is Backer. Mariners will keep the possession. Penalty time still ticking down. 30 seconds on Maynard.
Scolaro immediately pressured by Maybe.
But finds the assist. Wade picks up her second. And it's now 6-3.
That's twice now that she's kind of just been not on the radar for the Eagles. She's gotten into the middle of the shooting square there twice and has been able to put it in the back of the net both times that she's shot.
Up to 28 goals this year. 5'11" out of Palmyra, Maine.
And Scolaro, you talked about it. Obviously, she can score goals, but her forte is being able to assist and find those opportunities for the Eagles. And there you go. You take advantage of that penalty. You still have 17 seconds on it, but you take advantage of it, and now it's suddenly a 2-goal game down from a 4.
40 assists now for Scalaro on the year, doubled her sophomore year production. Ball's up immediately into the stick of Baker.
Couldn't have been a better draw control there for the Eagles, directly to Baker.
The Eagles will wait. Maynard comes out of the box. Back to even are the Eagles. And it was what is now a 6-4 game.
Now this is where those possessions start becoming even more important. Being smart with the ball.
Gardner cuts in front, stopped by Bose, and it looks like we'll get another free position attempt for the Eagles. Looks to be a holding call in front of the net.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing. It was a little bit after the shot, but it might have been Gardner trying to get a stick back on that ball.
It'll be Madison Lauer to take it, 12 goals on the season. Senior out of Winslow, she cuts in front. Avery Baker's there to pick up.
And that's Stoddard making the move inside and being quick enough to get there on Lauer and not even allow a shot to be taken.
Avery up top, finds Bemke, jump shot, goal!
Off the helmet of Bose and up into the crossbar in the netting. Wow! Bemke with her second goal of the game, and both of them have been goals that have been a little bit abnormal.
I haven't been on a lot of women's lacrosse broadcasts, but I work every game, and she finds a new way to surprise me every time I watch. She loves that jump shot that she does. She just gets up and whips it into the net.
Well, it gets in the head of the goaltender, too. Like, where are you going to go with it when you're jumping that high up in the air? You don't expect it to go high, that's for sure.
And not only that, she's 5'8", so she stands taller than a lot of people on the field already, and then she jumps up in the air, and it just adds to it.
And again, that's just the response that the Eagles have been able to have to runs that the Mariners have had. There's a 2-goal run for the Mariners to get back within 2, and then suddenly Bemke able to make it happen in the draw control and then putting the ball in the back of the net.
Wade wins the draw control for the Mariners. They're pushing quickly. Diversey with it. So we tick down to 4:20 remaining in half number 1. They find De Silva on the back post. She whips it into the net off the ground. A beautiful bounce shot and a great get-back goal.
Was that Scalaro?
That was Scalaro.
Yes, Scalaro, and like we said, she's had the assist. She tallies a goal now, and there was not a lot of angle there to shoot that, but switches it into her left hand and is able to just squeeze it by the goaltender backer to bring it back to a 2-goal game just like that. And Caden, to your point earlier about the draw controls, that was a win right there that set that up, a win by Wade.
That's been the difference maker so far in quarter number 2. 2 draw control wins, and they scored quickly off of them.
The Eagles have been kind of loading their side of the draw control because of the dominance. Here's going to be another one for the Mariners.
So they made that adjustment to put Martinez and Baker on the same side, and Wade is just feasting on bringing it right to the net.
Yeah, they're leaving a lot of room and a lot of real estate open for these kinds of opportunities. Wow!
The Mariners cut it in half.
That's Robinson.
As Robinson makes it 7-6. 3 quick goals by the Mariners.
Robinson wasn't having the success at the draw control circle. Okay, so go ahead and score goals to put you back within 1 in this game. And if you're the Eagles now, Caden, you have to start stacking some bodies on the opposite side of this draw control because they have had too much room to be able to run up and set up their offense. And they will now. Watch, they're going to put Baker over there as another line of defense.
One of my rejuvenants on the Mariners sideline is now both sidelines kind of equaling each other out. For a while there, it was just all you could hear were the Eagles.
Yeah, and that's a way to get you back into it. You have to have your sideline be loud.
We'll get a stoppage here. This one came from the sideline.
Not entirely sure what that is.
Can he call a timeout before that happens, though? Right.
Going back to just how they've been able to transition these past couple of possessions, that was one of my keys to the game, was fast offensive transition. You got to make the quick work down the field, make several passes, which they have done extremely well to make the defense move. And then you don't allow that time for the defensive coordination. Once you're in the zone, you got to get right to work, and that's what they have done, and they've been able to score 4 impressive goals off of that.
So what we have here is a foul was called on Lauer, but the horn that you heard before that was the 4th official from the desk signaling to the ref from across the field that the Mariners have called a timeout. So the penalty should be canceled out for the timeout called.
Looks like
that's what they're trying to figure out, was the foul called before the horn went off.
You know, I think both teams very much so could use this timeout right now. The Mariners, again, you got to keep composed. You're making a nice run back into this game. We're only down 1 at this point, and the Eagles, you had your hands all over this game, time of possession-wise and goals-wise, for a little while there, and then this second quarter, it's kind of fallen apart for them. So both teams going to take advantage of this time off the field to re-coordinate and come up with a new game plan.
So with 7:34, just 4 minutes ago, this was a 6-2 game in Husson's favor, and all of a sudden, with 3:35 remaining in the half, it is now 7-6 quickly. We'll take a short break here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Caden Trenowith and Max Sturm until the end of this timeout. We welcome you back from the timeout. And go figure. It's a 1-goal game between these two teams.
I was just telling you off the air here, it's deja vu. Both games up to this point have been exactly like that, where the Eagles have taken a lead and at some point in this game, and then the Mariners just find a way to crawl back into it. Again, I don't know if it was just beginning of the game jitters being back in this one with an opportunity to get your revenge for last year, but they have found a way to respond extremely well.
Quick pressure by the Eagles. Bemke and Baker were there. Now they're pushing the pace. Bemke will slow it down, cuts it right back to the middle, looks towards the net, and she will wait it out, and she will get a free position attempt out of it.
Here's your opportunity if you're the Eagles to get yourselves back into it here. From an energy standpoint, you've had a couple goals scored against you. The lead has been cut. Here's your chance to go back.
So it looks like it was called on Stoddard. Bemke sends this way over from an underhand shot.
Not a bad shot selection, but way over the head of the goalkeeper, Bose, trying to go low to high.
Sledge falls. The Eagles will get the possession back. Baker looking for some options. Pass goes awry. Gardner's not able to keep it in.
Now the Mariners, a lot of their goals have come directly from the draw control here. Now they're going to be asked to transition all the way down the field, which hasn't been a huge success for them thus far in this game. Have they figured that out? We shall see.
5 for 11 on clear so far. Here's Scolaro taking it, and she'll do it herself.
And there you go. That's exactly what you needed if you're MMA.
For perspective, 6 for 12 for the Mariners. Husson's only 2 for 3. They haven't had it below the line to get an official clear attempt yet. They've caused so many turnovers.
Again, that's just how well the defense has been playing and how much time has been spent in the Eagles' offensive zone.
A cut to the front. Robinson gets her second, and we are tied at 7s.
Robinson able to shake a defender, and when the second one comes up to play, she just takes a quick step to the right, fires that one low. That low shot has been what has worked out for the Mariners in this game up until this point. Shooting high has not been a success for them, but when they go low at the legs of backer, that's where they're able to score. And just like that, they're back in this game at 7-7 with 1:20 left to go in the half. A crucial next minute and a half remaining in this game, as the Eagles and the Mariners, both teams, would like to go into the half with the lead and the momentum.
Violation called on Wade. Eagles will regain the possession. 8 shots on goal for the Mariners so far, and 7 of them have gone in. A timeout called from the Husson sideline.
Yeah, Amanda DeHaze is going to want to talk to her squad about, they just had the timeout too, but really trying to get in their heads about what has happened over the last several minutes. And like you mentioned, Caden, this isn't a matter of mere minutes that this game went from a 4-point game to a tie game at 7. It's like the game has been flipped on its back at this point.
We'll take another short break here as we wait this timeout. 1:03 remaining in the half number 1. Tied at 7s. Where else would we be with these two teams? .103 remaining in quarter number 2. We were talking about how loose the Eagles looked compared to the Mariners, especially at the start of this quarter, but that has seemingly completely flipped. Going into that timeout, the Mariners singing and dancing when they're going to the huddle. The Eagles looked a little bit more serious.
Yeah, and they've got to get a little bit more serious. And when it comes to the offensive end, they still have possessed a lot, but they haven't been able to make much happen. Now, obviously, the Mariners defense has locked up quite a bit in the last several minutes of this half, but they've got to hold and possess the ball a little bit better than they have, and there's another unforced error.
A lot of bodies inside the circle looking for the ball. I believe Lauer came away with it. No, excuse me. That was Sullivan.
Martinez had an opportunity there, dropped the ball, but is able to reset.
20.
Gardner couldn't find Martinez, and now going the other way to the Mariners.
They're going to have 16 seconds to make something happen.
Bemke just providing pressure. Should be, we'll see a card here, so this could be Lauren Robinson. That could be her second yellow card if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it would be.
We're doing go, girls. Let's go.
It's going to be a
She had
slash.
2 green cards in the first quarter, but she's gone to the box 3 times now.
She's just playing physical, and that's the way you should play this game, but you have to be careful in the way that you do it. Gets called for a slash there. They had the opportunity to go down and take the lead at the end of this half, but Eagles are just going to run this one out.
And that they do. Knotted up at 7. Where we started this game, all tied up, just 14 goals, split evenly between the two teams, somewhere in the middle of that 30 minutes.
And what else did you expect? That is exactly how I had this game written down on my prep sheets, man. This is exactly how this game was going to go. No matter who took the lead first, how much they were up, it was going to be knotted, and it was going to be close at the end of this game. We'll see if that prediction remains true.
So kind of a tale of two separate halves for both these teams. Both one started out very quick, one started off slow, and then all of a sudden with 7 minutes remaining in quarter number 2, that flipped. All of a sudden the team that started off fast went slow, and MMA turned it on. What are the adjustments for these two teams going into the half?
Well, for the Eagles, you got to do what you were telling me earlier this week and compose yourself. You got to get yourself back into it mentally because they have gone on a run, the Mariners have.
And it all started from a free position attempt immediately met with a yellow card.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've had their fair share of free position attempts as well. And one thing that you pointed out earlier was the switch from Robinson to Julia Wade there at the free position circle. It's made dividends of a difference for the Mariners in terms of getting back into this game in the time of possession. So if you're the Eagles, you got to find a way to combat that and get back into the offensive zone and also work the ball better while you are in the zone. If you're the Mariners, keep it up. This is what you do. You have found ways to get back into this game. You have all the momentum right now. Keep it up.
That switch to Wade was very important. In the first half, the Eagles had a 5-0 advantage at the circle, and in the second, it was pretty even. 9 draw controls. In total, it was 5-4 in the Eagles' advantage. But we'll be back. We'll take an 8-minute break here and then bring you the closing 30 minutes in the North Atlantic Conference to decide the champion. Half number 2, about ready to get underway. Tied at 7 as we start the third quarter.
Just some adjustments for both of these teams, Caden. It's crucial that Husson gets back to controlling the draw here. That was how they got out ahead initially. They got to do it, and that doesn't mean necessarily you have to win every single one of them, but you got to start winning them more frequently and getting those possessions at the half line as opposed to being asked to force turnovers. And they got to draw out those possessions and continue to crash the box here on defense.
Wade immediately wins it for the Mariners, and there's the second save of the day by Backer, stopping Wade on the crash.
And that's a fantastic save. They've been going low at her all day. They try it again, and this time she's able to get down and stop it with the stick. You saw them working on that during the halftime. You see some heavy pressure now from Martinez all the way out, and now Gardner's going to take over. There's that crash, Scalaro.
Scalaro to Wade, and that shot goes wide. Not sure if Backer got a stick on it.
Yeah, it was hard to tell, but Scalaro, again, finding the feed that's giving the Mariners the best opportunity to score. And Wade for the third time, kind of unnoticed in that shooting zone.
Had to stop the clock for just a second. Backer's practice ball was still in the net. Scalaro behind the net.
She'll get 2 on.
Tried to hit the crashing Karen. But now the ball's free. Up for anyone's grabs.
Where will
it go in the Mariners' direction?
And just want to point out right there that Kaylee Crocker with a great trail defense there to stop that scoring opportunity.
Stoddard from range. So that was a big offensive possession for the Mariners. If you remember correctly, they still got 20 seconds on the man down.
And how about the effort from Backer there to make that an Eagles possession and not allow another 17 seconds there for the Mariners to have that woman-up opportunity.
Maynard going the length of the field, dumps it off to Baker, and she'll retreat out.
That penalty is now expired. Now if you're the Eagles, got to go back to where you were initially in this game. Long, drawn-out possessions and allow yourself to find the right opportunity to score. It might come right here.
Bemke gets hit with a cross-check, and they'll call it, so Bemke will get a free position attempt.
Bemke already has 2 goals in this game, an opportunity here for the hat trick and an all-important goal to go out ahead. Last time she didn't step in. Let's see what she does this time.
She also went low last time. If you remember, a very low shot. This one overhead goes wide once again.
And Mariners back there to make sure that is a MMA possession.
A bad pass by Wong is going to get picked up by Baker. Hard contact. And it will be an Eagles ball.
Yeah, that was a clear violation there as Baker got pushed down to the ground. You saw the crowd over there throw their hands up. They knew. And again, Caden, that's been one of the things that has also hurt the Mariners, especially early on in this game, was the inability to clear, not even just across the field, but out of their own restrainer box. Got to see some movement here from the Eagles. Now they're switching around.
Martinez turns a corner trying to find a crashing Eagle, but it gets intercepted by Wade. She has just been a difference maker since checking into this game.
Oh, absolutely. She's been one of the better off-the-bench players so far. Goalie is out. She's going to have to hustle back.
Picked up by Crocker. She'll get credit for the turnover, and Eagles will get to reset and that full shot clock.
That was dangerous. If that ball is caught cleanly and Bose is out of the net like that, she didn't make it back too quick either.
Bemke behind the net. Looking for some options. Hits a nice little spin move.
Great defense from Sledge.
Bemke driving to the net. Bowes with a save. Ends the threat. And now here come the Mariners the other way.
And here's the clear that they needed, and now it's on the ground.
Yeah, get there, Ryan. Yeah.
Maynard providing the pressure. Down goes Karen. Martinez throws her hands up, and she is going to the box for a minute.
And that could have been called on either one of those players, Martinez or Maynard. Maynard. Either of them could have been called for the minute violation there. A little bit too aggressive trying to get that ground ball.
And both of them are a huge loss defensively. And now the Mariners will have the opportunity to go up for the first time this game.
Back in the stick of Wade. She has been the one who has kind of set offense up. Let's see what they do here.
Robinson will reset. Scolaro. Quick feet. Gets to the middle. Finds Wade. Takes it to the net. Good save by Backer. Scrum in front of the net. And eventually Small picks it up.
Backer, who came into this second half with just one save, has now made 3 incredible ones, point blank, and has kept the Eagles tied with the Mariners.
And now here's a big loss for the Mariners as Wade will be sent off for 2 minutes.
And she's trying to argue her case right now, but to no avail. And big 2 minutes, more like minute 38 for the Eagles, that they'll be up once this 22-second penalty expires.
So even for the next 15, then Martinez can re-enter, and the Eagles will be a man up.
Now you just got to hold it, wait for your extra attacker to come in.
Martinez is on, and we are even. Bemke with the ball. She'll hold on to it for just a second. Wait for Martinez to enter. Lauer.
With a minute 29 to play with. Martinez immediately being targeted and pushed down to the ground. Great defense.
Gardner's there to recover.
Silva, heck of a play. Slow Martinez down.
A minute remaining on the woman advantage for the Eagles. Martinez crashing. Takes it out in a free position attempt. Once again coming for the Eagles.
Dangerous to send to the free position line. We talked about it. She tries to crash in again. This time is able to draw the penalty to allow for the shot.
Martinez goes low. A good save by Bowes.
Both of these goaltenders have found ways to make remarkable saves early on in this second half. A game that was scoring all the time now just seems to be a game of defense. Wow!
Bemke with a slap shot goal out of the air.
Is this lacrosse or hockey? My goodness. How unconventional can these shots get for Bemke? First, she has the one that kind of just got jarred loose from her on the free position and went in. Then she has the one that goes off the top of Bowes' head into the top of the net. And this one, up in the air, up for grabs. Instead of trying to get it and maintain a possession, she just slaps it home. And the Eagles take the lead. Unreal.
Let's go, Wade.
So Wade's penalty non-releasable. She won't be available for this draw control. So Baker
Let's see, Son Avery.
and Robinson will take it. Haven't seen Baker yet in the circle.
Battle White, let's go! Come on, White, here we go!
8-7, Eagles have the lead. Mariners have been trailing for a majority of this game. Stoddard immediately heads the other way. Teammates were pointing. I don't know if they thought she didn't know which way to go.
I'm not sure if she was just trying to set up a better transition, but she looked like she had a free path going towards the net. It might have been just the way that the draw control was set up.
No numbers!
Wade checks back in.
Even!
All even up with 7:40 remaining in quarter number 3.
You're going to see the Eagles take some time here.
A big stick check, and looks like they'll call it.
And they are going to call it. Is it going to be a slash? It sends her off the field. Yes, it looks like maybe it is. They haven't pulled out a card yet.
It's going to be a green card on Robinson. This is her 3rd green card, so she has 3 green cards and a yellow. 4th time going to the box.
You can't fault the aggressiveness, Caden, but you have to be more careful in a game like this.
So by herself, 5 penalties in minutes for her.
Sets up another minute opportunity for the Eagles. Last time out, obviously scoring on their woman up opportunity.
Maybe finds Martinez. Gardner trying to cut with it, didn't have the ball, ends up with a turnover.
Ooh.
Big stick check by Baker.
No doubt she's going to go too.
And it will be a green card for Baker, evening it up for 37 seconds.
That was a crucial defensive stand there from the Mariners. You pay the price for it sometimes in physicality, but you pick up that ball and draw the penalty, and now you've got possession. You will eventually here have 23 seconds on the up.
That's such an unfortunate call as well, because you're applying that pressure, and it just seemed like Wong didn't really know Baker was there and hit that spin move and just
right into her.
ran into her.
Absolutely.
But it's the correct call. Bemke trying to find Gardner, who misses the pass.
Race for it.
Ends up in the stick of De Silva.
Well, look at the pressure the Eagles are applying here as they're about to be down.
Robinson releases. Eagles will be down for 20 more seconds. Playing a more passive style of defense. Here's Wade. Gets it back to Wade, crashing another big save by Backer.
Oh my goodness, and Backer again, a shot goes low, and again it's Wade who's denied. She's had an incredible game up until this point, and just has not been able to find the back of the net.
A big cut, here's Baker, what a feed from Gardner!
The senior connection from Gardner to Baker. Baker, nobody in the vicinity of her is able to just fleece that one on the short side of the net. And now the Eagles back on a little run here as they go up by 2.
The Eagles have 9 goals in this game. 3 from Avery Baker, 3 from Martinez, 3 from Bemke.
You got to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And that's exactly what they have done up until this point for the first half and especially in this second half.
Let's go, Abe.
So it'll be Baker against Wade for the control.
Let's go, Shane. Let's go.
Stay composed. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go.
Let's go, Abe.
We're battling, White. Here we
This
go.
one's taking a lot longer to get going.
Yeah, the anticipation for it is building. Not exactly
Yeah, get there.
playing legally.
Immediately flipped up to Stoddard, who's going to pick it up and run with it. She's going right to the net if she can. She'll go around the backside of it. Finds,
Yes, Salem.
I think that was Diversey, who
That
gets
was.
rejected by Backer. So you saw at the end of goal number 7, Backer just had a very poor body language reaction to it. She was very hands up in the air, very confused on how she didn't. She got the stick on it, just found the back of the net. And all of a sudden, coming out of halftime, she worked on her game a little bit, worked on those low shots, and you can see it has worked well so far.
Oh, absolutely. Backer has found a way. In that halftime period, they were working over there. As soon as they got done with their initial conversation over in the corner, Backer was out there with her goalies coach, getting the fundamentals down and her steps down. And a lot of focus on what was coming low, because that's where a bunch of those goals were coming from the Mariners. She's locked it in since.
She absolutely has. Like we said, I believe she only had one save going in to this quarter. She has 3 in this quarter alone. So she has certainly done a tremendous job.
Well, not just 3 saves, but 3 doorstep shots.
Yeah,
right
all
at the
in
door.
close.
Yeah, a couple from Wade, and then that last one there from Diversey on great feeds by Scalaro for more often than not. The Mariners absolutely are getting the chances. They're just having trouble getting it past Backer, who's playing sensational.
A timeout by the Mariners, and we'll take a quick one here as well. Eagles up 9-7 with 20 minutes remaining. Welcome you back to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. 5:14 remaining in quarter number 3 in the championship Saturday in the North Atlantic Conference. 9-7 Eagles. Caden Trenowith alongside Max Sturm. Wade will start with it.
And the Mariners going to try and find some sort of rhythm here on offense. I mean, they've had the opportunities. They just haven't been able to have the luck to put it in the back of the net. Maybe here.
A missed pass. De Silva was on the doorstep ready for it.
Yeah, Shan.
Here's Stoddard with speed. Another good save by Backer.
She seems so much more confident out there now, Caden. She stepped directly into that shot.
Layla, get there. Layla, get there.
Couldn't connect on the pass, but Martinez runs onto it, and she'll slow it down and wait for some offense.
We got 70! So much time!
And you hear the sideline over here just screaming to take it slow. They've got 70 seconds, now 60 on this shot clock. When every possession matters in a championship game, you don't want to force anything. Here's the...
Maybe hits the ground hard.
Yeah. Don't know if that will... I think she was quite inside.
She definitely fell inside the circle,
Yeah.
but I don't know if she was outside when the foul was committed.
This is actually... Are they calling a card here? No, they're just going to bring her back up to the top. It looked like maybe it was running off for a second.
I was very confused because they were talking to her for a while, then she started running pretty quickly at us. Penalty box right below us.
And I think they were just kind of trying to decide where she fell and what the call would be.
So much time!
Behind the net is Martinez. Pressure coming from De Silva.
Martinez able to get that back.
Now, one benefit, that did reset the shot clock.
Yeah.
So the Eagles can just keep holding on to this and running down the time.
Eagles very vocal on the sideline about how much time they had.
That was Lauer with the shot. Met with the save by Bose.
Put it back in the hand of Stoddard. Wow. Man, they're going to call a card on that one.
A card on Bemke for a minute. That would have been a crucial turnover right into the stick of Bemke with no defenders back.
I wonder if she clipped her hand, and that's where the card was coming from. Stoddard will get another chance. You see that speed.
She is so good at soccer, too. She just uses that speed.
Both her and her sister. Oh,
this
my
one's
goodness.
off the post from Wade. A scrum in front of the net and eventually picked up by Backer.
I mean, what more do the Mariners have to do to score here? They're getting all the chances in the world. And 4 incredible saves from Backer at the doorstep, and then that one looked like it went off of 2 posts.
After 6 goals in quarter number 2, the Mariners can't seem to buy one in quarter number 3, but Scolaro will find the back of the net and bring one back for the Mariners.
And it just makes sense that that one also goes off the bar there. Mariners finally able to get back on the scoreboard in this third quarter, and who else but Scolaro, who I believe had their last goal of the second quarter. 2 tough shots, 2 tough goals, and it's back to a 1-point game.
That one was very delayed on my end because I saw it hit the ground and then I saw it hit the post first, and the referee didn't seem too sure if it
I was just
crossed the goal line.
waiting for Scolaro to drop the stick there. She dropped it behind the net. It was kind of tough to see. Didn't know if she was chasing after it or...
Come on, Kate.
Back to Bemke and Wade inside the circle. 3 goals and 2 assists for Avery Baker today. 2 goals and 2 assists from Bella Scolaro. 2 of the best players in the conference for 2 of the best teams in the conference.
Bemke won that one initially. It was stolen away by Karen and then stolen away once more by Baker to give the Eagles a possession in their zone.
Eagles immediately slow it down.
And Caden, you're right. How often do we see 9 goals with 3 goal scorers?
Not very often. Even the Mariners, 4 goal scorers for their 8 goals. Every one of them has 2. Delayed penalty coming on the Mariners. Baker looking for a shot. She'll back out of it. And a free position attempt coming. I believe it will be for Avery.
Should be. The ball really never left her stick. Flag came up after she possessed. And yes, they will line her up at the line.
Come on, AB. Here we go, AB.
So she's had 3 attempts today, and each one has been a little bit different. Second one, she backed out. First one, she shot, but it was blocked. And then the third one, she got it away, but I believe it went wide. This one, she's met by a defender immediately, and she'll get to redo it.
Yeah, I mean, again, another fantastic defensive play, because if she doesn't force that contact, that's a one-on-one with the goal. And that's Wade making her impact felt again.
Baker, 1-step shot through the 5-hole. Eagles up 2 once again.
And, you know, that's the beauty of having 2 chances at the free position shot. She goes in initially on that first one, takes the contact from Wade, who is very quick to get in there. The second time, she decides that she's not going to step in at all and just fire it low. And almost like a hockey shot goes through the 5-hole. Unreal as the Eagles go back up 2, 10-8 with less than a minute left in the third.
55.8 seconds remaining in quarter number 3. 10-8 Eagles. They have not trailed yet today. It has been all Eagles since the opening tip, despite that 7-minute surge from the Mariners in quarter number 2.
And they're getting back on the draw control too, Caden. Look at that as Bemke comes away with yet another win.
There we go, smart.
Get away from the restrainer!
The Eagles screaming to Martinez to step away from the restrainer so that defense doesn't come in and force a turnover, as in all likelihood with that new rule, they're going to hold on to it here.
Hold it!
That seems to be what they're doing. Mariners not stepping up. Wong will. They're going to try to set a trap on Martinez. She'll just run away with it. Bemke back to Martinez. Over to Baker, and they'll just let this try to run out.
And run.
And now 5 seconds remaining. That will be how it ends. 3 goals. This was actually an exact copy of the first quarter. 3 goals for the Eagles, 1 for the Mariners. and where it feels like the Eagles are kind of running away with it, but you can't really say it because it's only a
Right.
2-goal advantage.
Exactly, and 2 goals is next to nothing in the sport of lacrosse, and you know the Mariners are going to come out fighting in this final quarter, and it's going to be a showdown. I cannot wait.
15 minutes remain. Eagles had the 2-goal advantage going into the last quarter of the North Atlantic Conference season. Don't go anywhere here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. The last quarter to decide the championship. Eagles with the 2-goal advantage.
And it all comes down to this. This is a rematch of last year's North Atlantic Conference Championship game. Eagles looking to go back-to-back. Mariners looking for revenge. And it just makes sense that it is this close of a game going into the 4th quarter.
Mariners clogging up the middle. They put Wade inside. Martinez crashing. Gardner with the shot that goes a little wide.
Yeah, Martinez had a lane there for a little bit. It gets clogged up. Gardner with a great opportunity just goes a little bit wide. But those are the types of shots you need.
This one's going the Mariners' direction after it goes out of bounds.
A great tip in the middle, I believe by Wade again. Get her stick up and force that shot to go high.
We talked about how important Backer was in that quarter number 3. How about 5 saves at the end of it?
Right,
All to her credit.
And not easy saves either. Finally, the Mariners were able to put one up on the board at the 3-minute mark.
Relentless pressure in front of the Eagles bench. Forces a turnover by Scalaro.
Martinez and Boyd. So much pressure on that transition, and it keeps the Eagles in the zone. Now, we've preached it all game, Caden, but the Eagles said that possessing the ball and maintaining and making the most of your possessions each time in the zone is the key to this game. And now more than ever, when you have a lead with less than 10 minutes, or less than 15 minutes, rather, left to go in this game, it has to be smart play.
You get the sense that the next goal is going to be the biggest of this game. High stick here from De Silva. Don't think she was inside the box, but it will be.
It's going to be a card.
Good enough to warrant a card for a minute. De Silva will go to the box. Baker's wondering if she'll get the free position attempt or not. Don't think she will.
Yeah, I don't think she was quite in the zone to get the free position. Martinez and Bemke at the top with Lauer. And now they crash inside.
Baker looking for options. Bose ends the threat.
That was a good look. The middle of the field was wide open right there. And then they crash in. Baker was open for a split second, just not able to get turned around in time as the defense crashed in quickly.
Crocker providing some pressure on Diversey. Scalaro trying to slow it down after some commotion. Turnover after turnover down there on the sideline. But stayed with the Mariners. De Silva enters back defensively. Great job by Lauren Small. Ending the cut threat.
Haven't said her name a bunch in this one, but she has been there defensively all game, making great plays and being in the right position to cut off opportunities.
There's a big steal by Wong. Ends up in the stick of Robinson for the Mariners. They're going back the other way.
Keep an eye on Wade here, who's going to get pressured fast by McDonough. And this is really who they need to keep the pressure on, Caden, is Scalaro. She's had several assists in this one and a couple of goals. She's been a playmaker all over the field. Surprised that they're not playing her farther out.
Scalaro with a bad pass here. This one is going to be Husson ball. Backer catches it, gets right back in her crease. And she'll find Maynard, and she'll go for the clear.
And forced out. Great play by Wade once again, this time on the defensive end. Keeps it on this half of the field.
Bemke almost with a turnover going back the other way, but now back in the stick of Scalaro. 10-19 remaining.
Again, I think that the Mariners work best when they are fast on the offensive side of the ball in their possessions and they're moving people around. They are moving and getting into position, but I think they got to be moving a little bit faster to open up some opportunities. The Eagles have been tired in the second half.
Started around the net, all the way back up top with the ball. Finds Robinson, and it looks to be a foul coming against the Eagles. Free position attempt for the Mariners.
Opportunity to bring this game back within one, and this is huge. You talked about how big the next goal is going to be, and it's going to come down to Lauren Robinson to see if they can get it.
Foul was called on maybe. Robinson, big save by Backer.
Oh,
Robinson runs over an Eagle. No foul was called. Both players are down. We'll take a break here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network as the trainers attend to both players. So we welcome you back. Maynard exits. In steps Chelsea Curtis. Robinson seemed to be okay after just getting checked up with just catching her breath with the trainer.
Yeah, glad to see Maynard get up, and I think a couple of us were surprised. Another great save there by Backer. I think a couple of us were surprised not to see a penalty call.
They're going to call a yellow card here. No, they'll show a green card and a free position attempt coming once again for the Mariners. Amanda DeHaze is not happy down below.
Livid with both calls.
She really wanted a penalty on the last one, but now I think this one is just adding to it.
If the flag is out and she releases it, that's it.
Really making her case here with the officials, and now they're going to gather to talk about it because
We're waiting for the officials.
they have had that one
Clock is running.
out of the pocket with the flag. And that's the point Amanda DeHaze is trying to make.
So another new rule that I don't know if you know about, free position attempts are no longer automatic stop clocks. So that is a problem that we're having right now. The officials just gathered on the field, but they never signaled to stop the clock. So now that conference has taken at least 30 seconds off the clock.
Right. She released the shot. That should be our ball. It should be white
So it's a matter of possession now. Is there going to be a free position shot from, I believe, Diversey has it in her stick right now.
So what DeHaze is arguing is it was a delayed penalty, but Diversey got the shot off. So it should be Eagles ball with the woman down, with the reset 90 for the Eagles behind the net.
They're taking a long
What
time
I'm
to talk
trying to
about this.
understand here.
Yeah.
Obviously, penalties work out in their own unique way in lacrosse. I will be the first one to tell you I don't know each one of those ways. But this is a big conference right here. This is a game-changing conference.
Absolutely,
game-changing call.
it is. You give them this shot, and that's an opportunity for the Mariners to come back into this one, make it a one-goal game with maybe their best shooter there in Diversey with the ball. And she's already scored, I believe, a pair.
Yeah, she has 2 goals, and both of them came from the free position attempt. So now all 4 referees will get involved with this conversation.
Well, and that's exactly what should happen given the magnitude of this game and what it means. It's a championship game. If you're the officials, you got to get this call right.
$8:19 remaining. This has certainly slowed the game down. What was moving very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
This has been at least 2 minutes now. They've been talking about this. It's been a long 9 to 8th minute here with the injury timeout, and now this.
They finally split up.
It will be a free position attempt.
So a chance to.
And they're going to re-put all the time back up on the clock.
She released the ball.
It looks like what she's saying.
So here's Diversey. Still a bit of arguing here going on the sideline, delaying this even further.
So 8:45 put back on the clock. It was showing 8:19.
Save it, Salem.
Here we go, white.
De Silva goes in and scores it. Cuts the lead in half. The Mariners bring it to 10-8.
Diversey again with a free position goal. She brings it back within 1 after a little bit of controversy. And that's huge. That's huge for the outcome of this game and the trajectory in which it was going. It looked like the Eagles for a while had the momentum on their side. And that has suddenly shifted. Not much you could do there if you're a backer. You had to kind of let your guard down for 2 or 3 minutes as they were discussing this one over. Very easy to lose it mentally when that's going on. When the ball's coming directly at you, you're locked in, but when you have a break of 2 or 3 minutes like that, it can be easy to lose the focus.
Bemke and Wade back in the circle. The first goal of quarter number 4 goes to the Mariners. 8:40 remaining. Baker gets tripped up right into the hands of Karen.
You're going to see some aggression now from the Eagles. They did not take that leg. Bemke, wow!
Big turnover by Bemke. She hits the floor off of Karen. Is it a penalty? They're going to say to stop the clock. A yellow card coming to Karen.
How about the effort from Bemke to not even just pick off the pass, but it was almost like a handoff, the way she was able to just get that directly in the stick and take off the other way.
Or excuse me, they're going to give this one to Wong.
That'll be a minute. The Eagles will have the up opportunity. For those interested in the...
We're having another conference here with the MMA coach.
You can't blame either coach for kind of getting in the ears of the ref in this game. A lot on the line.
First Eagles possession and what feels like only 3 minutes on the game clock, but what's felt like 10 minutes in real time. .40 seconds on the penalty. Martinez gets it inside to Baker. Flips it back out to Bemke. Finds the cutting Martinez. Pass is missed. Threat ended by Bose.
Great awareness from Bose to watch that ball all the way through. And as here comes the pressure from Martinez, and she's going to get something for that. I don't think she was out. Bose was out of the crease. What a turn of events.
I think both this is turning into quite the ref show here. Since the 9-minute mark, we've only played 1:30, but it has been what has felt at least like 10 minutes in game time with the injury timeout, the confrontations.
They're going to award this one back to the Eagles, and I think that's the right call. They made it, while Bo's feet were not outside of the circle, the stick was, and that's fair game.
Baker to Martinez. Works it all the way back up top. Penalty release. Wong will re-enter. Baker wide open lane if she wants it. Hesitated just a tad.
Karen closed in quickly, and backing her up was De Silva. Lane went from wide open to closed real quick.
Maybe behind the net. Finds the cutting Eagle. A delayed penalty called. Free position attempt coming for the Eagles.
This one's going to go out to Reese Sullivan.
19 goals on the year for Reese.
See what the plan of attack is here.
Reese, one step, adds back to the lead. 11-9 Eagles.
Wow. And the success rate of these free position shots and the magnitude of importance that they have had in this game cannot be overestimated, over-explained. They have meant so much to both teams in this game. And Reese Sullivan, who, again, a player we haven't really talked about a ton so far in this matchup, the success of these these free positions, rather, has really been from the outside and not making your way in towards the goalie, but rather firing from afar and low. Sullivan capitalizes on it there to make it a 2-goal game. Speaking of close games, Caden, if you look over to the men's down in Castine, Husson up 10-9 on Delhi in their semifinal round with 11 to go in the third.
Another ref confrontation here.
Coach, your 19 didn't come to the box when she subbed. It's a
So Riley Maynard re-entered after seeing the trainer for some time. And because she didn't operate or come in properly through the box, she just came right off the bench. The draw control immediately awarded to the Mariners, but the opportunity squandered quickly.
Look who it is. It's Maynard back with it.
Getting forced to the sideline now. They'll say they're going to reach to the pockets here. Stoddard's going off, and she is very frustrated right now. Hadley Stoddard.
A lot of calls going both ways in this game in the last few minutes, ever since, like you said, that 9-minute mark. We haven't played a ton of lacrosse. It's been even longer that we kind of just been standing here waiting for things to get sorted out.
This has felt like a really long quarter, and we have only played 9 minutes of it. There is still 6:12 left to go. This has felt like the length of the first two combined. The first
really
two
has.
quarters were just straight running back and forth down the field. This one is just stop and go. Feels like more like a football game all of a sudden. Maybe hits the turf. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Martinez. 30 seconds remaining on the power play.
Looking for those inside feet.
Gardner give and go. Finds Bemke. Eagles go up 3 with 5:34 remaining.
And Bemke off the feed from Gardner, who has another impressive assist. Finds the far side of the net. Not a ton of space there. They really have been picking the right side of the net on these shots. And those inside feeds have been crucial for the Eagles as well. Getting just enough space to fire a shot. Perfect timing for the Eagles.
.534 remaining. Eagles have just that left to become back-to-back champions in the North Atlantic Conference and represent the NAC in the NCAA tournament.
This Mariners team is going to fight, and really they've got to get on the attack now. It has to be fast-paced. I know you're only down 3, but you only got 5.5 to make this a tied game or to take the lead. You got to work quickly.
Bemke's 4th goal of the day puts the Eagles up 3. Here's Wade looking for some options. Met with Martinez, shadowed by Small. Over to Stoddard. She meets Lauren Small. Just the freshman, but a huge impact on this team defensively. Big stop there by Small. Picks up the ground ball. Try to spins out of it, but draws contact. And Eagles will get the chance to clear. A green card coming.
Small has been crucial on the defensive side of the ball. Like I said earlier, just being in great position overall, but in crucial situations, able to come away with some of these turnovers and draw the fouls.
So the green card against Diversey. She has 3 goals in this game, and now she will go sit for a minute.
And with time winding down, a minute coming off the clock, that is brutal for the Mariners.
That's at least a minute the Eagles can just hold on to it.
Great pass.
Backer with a big pass, sends off Bemke in a full sprint with numbers. Dumps it off to Martinez, cuts inside but loses the ball. Picked up by Wade.
What a chance there, and Wade once again making the play on the defensive end. There's going to be a push here, I believe, on Baker.
So a timeout here on the sideline by the Maine Mariners. 12-9 is where we stand. Mariners are down a lady for 26 more seconds. 4:05 remaining to crown a champion in the North Atlantic Conference. We welcome you back to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Caden Trenwith alongside Max Sturm.
Waning minutes here in this game. 4:05 on the clock. 26 left on the up opportunity for the Eagles. And the Mariners really have to get something going here, Caden, because down 3 goals with 4 minutes left. You have to score a goal every minute in 10-ish seconds.
Another push that's going to be called on the Eagles, a reset shot clock. They're fine with that. That keeps the clock rolling.
Yeah, they'll take that all day.
And now Bemke forces the turnover. She'll bring it all the way back up to the line. Passing it around is Gardner. Finds maybe.
Here's that pressure now.
A big steal there by Bose. Keeps it. Tries to find Wade. Wade eventually picks it up. And now somehow ends up in the stick of Lauren Small.
That was dangerous by Bose. Able to get back to the net before the Eagles are able to pick it up. That clock will continue to roll.
Eagles get a reset shot clock, a foul called on Meffert. So now they can just slow everything down and take another minute and 10 seconds off what is already 2:45 remaining.
I'm surprised at this point not to see a double team coming in. Here it is as Gardner tries to find her way into the shooting circle.
Yeah, very passive defense right now for the Mariners, who you'd think would be trying to push the pace. Here's Stoddard now. Baker cutting. Finds Bemke, thought about a shot, just fakes it, brings it all the way back out. A free position attempt coming for the Eagles.
And this is their chance right now to put this game on ice.
Add the cherry on top. Who else would you rather have? Number 11 has 4 goals in this game already. Bemke with the shot, just wide.
Goes just wide, and now going back on defense with a little under 2 minutes remaining. You just got to play your game. You have to play how you've played all game long. Transition has been an issue for the Mariners. Looks like they're going to get it across and into the zone this time. They've got to work quick. I think a shot's got to come within the next 10, 15 seconds.
The freshman Meffert looking at her options. She dumps it back off to Robinson. 90 seconds remaining. Robinson brings it all the way behind the net. The Mariners really have to get going. It seems like they're being a little bit too patient.
Yeah, they are. They've got to shoot right here. Doesn't matter how open the shot is. Got to get something going.
I think they're just trying to get Scolaro open to rip a shot. They'll get a free position attempt. Clock won't stop until it hits a minute. And now the clock will stop at exactly 60 seconds. Or excuse me, it wasn't a free position attempt.
Yeah, it looks like it was just outside. Ball on the ground.
Gardner and Maybe providing the pressure on the freshman. She dumps it off, finds Diversey.
Diversey's going to push here.
Tries to get to the net, blocked off by Small. Scolaro behind the net. She gets met by Boyd. And a foul coming against Boyd. 41.6 remaining on the clock. It won't be a free position attempt. She was outside the circle.
Come on, White. 40 seconds, 40 seconds. Let's go, guys. Clock.
You hear the anticipation of back-to-back championships on this Eagles sideline.
Pass by Scolaro, intercepted by Gardner. She brings it down the field. Gets it up to the logo. Foul called on the Mariners. Abby Wong being sent off with a green card.
And that'll do it, Caden. The Eagles are going to go back-to-back. And what a story for this team.
Lauer gets it with 15 seconds remaining. The Husson University women's lacrosse team goes back-to-back against a familiar foe. The Eagles back on top of the North Atlantic Conference.
Caden, a celebration well-deserved. This is an Eagles team that has fought so hard this year. Went up against MMA earlier in the year, lost that game, came back fighting and got the second game. And it was just destiny that these two teams were going to meet again. They get the best of them in the third matchup. They go back-to-back. A team that lost several key starters in seniors last year, and this year's senior class leads the way back to this game and back to another trophy ceremony here at Boucher Field for the Husson University Eagles.
I think that's all we have here from in the booth at Boucher. We invite you to stick around. The live stream will keep going as they award the trophy, as well as the all-tournament teams recognition, as well as the MVP. But that's all from us from Boucher Field here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Caden Trenowith and Max Sturm, we thank you very much for spending your championship Saturday with us. The Eagles, back-to-back champions, as they take it 12-9 from the Maine Maritime Mariners. Thank you for tuning in. Stick by for the trophy ceremony.
Thank you, Ralph.
At this time, if we could have both teams make their way to the field in preparation for the post-game awards ceremony. Thank you.
We've got people up out there. We've got the
Fans, at this time, please direct your attention to midfield for the championship awards ceremony. Presenting the awards is North Atlantic Conference Assistant Commissioner Ali Osterhout. On behalf of Husson University and the North Atlantic Conference, thank you friends, family, and fans for supporting the student athletes and teams here today. To begin our awards ceremony, we would like to recognize the most valuable player of the 2026 North Atlantic Conference Women's Lacrosse Championship. Our 2026 MVP from Husson University, number 11, Kate Bemke. Congratulations, Kate. We would also like to congratulate Maine Maritime Academy on a great season and a great game here today. And now, the presentation of the North Atlantic Conference Championship Trophy. Will the coaches, captains, and players from Husson University please come forward to accept your awards? Husson will represent the conference in the 2026 NCAA Division III Women's Lacrosse Championship. Their first round destination and opponent will be announced on Monday, May 4th at 10:30 a.m. in a selection show on the NCAA.com website. Best of luck to the Eagles in the upcoming NCAA Championship. We will all be rooting for you. This concludes the awards ceremony. Please drive home safely.